You see, most pest control business owners are trapped working in their business rather than on their business and helping it scale and grow. You see, for most owners, you've probably got a truck going, you've got your license set up, and you're great at getting rid of the pests. But at the same time, you're also working as the secretary, the sales rep, and the marketing director all in one. And while you're making a living, you haven't really built a true business yet. And so in today's video, we'll be breaking down the exact blueprint you can use to scale your pest control company to $1 million in average recurring revenue. And the key to this isn't working harder, it's about doing the math of growth and building the system to scale your marketing. And by the end of this video, you'll have a 4-stage roadmap to get out of the driver's seat and into the CEO's chair. So let's dive in. So stage 1 is understanding the math to get to that $1 million business. Now, before we jump into running ads or launching SEO campaigns and optimizing your content marketing strategy, you really need to understand the math of scaling your business. And so as an example, to hit that $1 million in revenue, you're generally going to need about 10 to 11 fully booked trucks on a regular basis if your technicians can produce roughly $100,000 in annual revenue. But the big question comes into play is, how do we actually fill those routes and keep your team busy enough to support them? And a common mistake I see is that a lot of companies end up hiring more technicians because they feel busy or they feel overwhelmed, rather than doing that when they actually need to hire a new technician because they have enough steady lead flow to scale their business to that capacity. The key is to not scale your technicians too soon when they can't handle the lead flow, as you'll be wasting a lot of resources with your technicians basically just sitting around. So the key is to build a marketing engine that can produce those high quality leads in a predictable fashion so you can hire and scale with confidence. And again, the second stage is building that high intent lead engine. And in pest control, there's really two types of leads. There's high intent leads as well as disruption leads. And so the high intent leads are people that are actively searching for a pest control service. So for example, they have an active pest issue and they're looking immediately to help someone solve it. And so when people are searching for this, they're going to be heading to Google and using key terms like pest control service near me, exterminator, pest removal, various things like that. And there's a couple areas to tap into this to get quality leads for your pest control business. The first is Google local service ads. And you've probably seen these around, or maybe you've seen that Google guaranteed badge. But this is basically where you're going to be paying for lead and tapping into those people that have that high buying intent and are actively searching. And a great benefit to this model is that it leads to very high ROI because these leads are highly qualified. Now, another way to tap into this high intent lead is with hyperlocal SEO. Now, to capitalize on this hyperlocal SEO, your website shouldn't be just general pest control terms. Instead, you want to focus on dedicated location pages and service pages. So for example, you might say something like Minneapolis mosquito control or Phoenix termite inspection. One thing that Google really rewards is being specific with your pages and your content. Another key element to this hyperlocal SEO strategy is to focus on your review management and reputation management strategy. So focusing on high quality reviews and building that up for your pest control business can go a long way. And the higher rating you have and the more ratings you have, the more likely you'll be ending up in that map pack on Google Maps. And so when people are searching for things like pest control services near me, there's a high chance that your business will show up in that map pack. Third stage to scaling to $1 million business and becoming a marketing leader is the speed to lead conversion engine. Because here's the thing, you could spend tens of thousands of dollars on ads, but if you don't answer the phone in a timely manner, you're just wasting your money. You see, modern customers expect the response time in minutes, not hours. And if you're on a job site and you can't answer, you've lost the lead and they'll move on to your competitor. And this is where having the right marketing tech stack becomes extremely important and can really become your competitive advantage in your local area. Again, think about having a system. So building an automated funnel where when leads come in or estimate requests come through, there's a response that automatically happens to book that appointment for your pest control services. So this could be a combination of platforms. It could be things like HubSpot. It could be Salesforce. It could be utilizing an email autoresponder. There's a lot of options out there, but always focus on maximizing the follow-up speed and creating that conversion event as quickly as possible. So an example of this speed to lead process could be setting up automated systems that automatically follow up with leads as soon as they come in on your website. So an example could be sending out a text message as soon as someone requests a quote, and it could say something like, "Hey, this is Mike with ABC Pest Control. I saw your request about the pest issue. I've got a couple openings left this week. How does tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon look for you?" Again, this text message is designed to schedule that appointment. It's not focused on can we send a tech out? Instead, it gives them two options that they have to choose from, giving them an alternate choice where you win either way. And this is a great strategy where you're leading with text messages because for many big companies, they might call back several hours later to try and schedule an inspection. But when you're following up with speed, you probably already have the appointment booked at that point. And so you don't necessarily need a bigger sales team. You need better automation to scale your follow-up. The fourth stage is pivoting to focus on recurring revenue. And so recurring revenue is really the secret sauce to scaling your pest control business. So instead of only focusing on one-off jobs like wasp removal or bed bug heat treatments, instead focus on recurring subscription services. The reason for this is that your one-off jobs have a high cost of acquisition. This type of strategy really requires you to constantly be advertising and having yourself show up in the marketplace, which obviously isn't bad, but it can be costly and expensive to hit people at the exact right time when they're searching actively for a pest control service. Those terms are very competitive, and often the cost per click is very expensive as well. The key is to set up yearly and quarterly protection plans that can help you maximize the lifetime value of your customers. That way, you're not solely relying on these one-off services. Instead, you're building a foundation of revenue that can scale and grow over time. Again, when you sell this type of subscription service or protection plan, you're really buying back your time, and you can keep your routes filled on a regular basis without relying on those new one-off pest issues. And scaling up this recurring revenue can go a long way to help you reach that $1 million business faster. So to recap, this 4-step system to grow to $1 million in revenue looks like this. Step number 1 is to know your numbers. Again, this means understanding what it takes to really get to that level of having 10 technicians with full routes, all generating $100,000 in revenue each year, and building the marketing engine to support that. And this starts with step number 2 of dominating Google and your local search. And so this is properly utilizing local service ads and Google ads that can target high intent keywords, but also dominating your local SEO with location pages, service pages, and a review management system to make sure you rank in that map pack for local searches. The third step is to automate your follow-up system. This is using the right marketing tools to automate follow-up responses quickly, using things like automated emails, automated text messages, and utilizing a CRM and nurture workflows to increase the speed to lead and follow-up to make sure people choose your pest control business over the competition. And finally, the fourth step is to sell protection plans and focus on recurring revenue that can help stabilize your cash flow and continue that revenue generation alongside these one-off, high-intent pest control service calls. And when you focus on these 4 key areas, you can eliminate the need to be the technician in the field, and you can start being the business owner that's scaling to the #1 leader in your market. But again, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you been utilizing these strategies to grow your business? Are there any you're missing? Are there others we should include? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. And if you did need more high quality pest control leads for your business, become a partner of ours. We're currently partnering with pest control businesses around the country to build out a lead generation system to help them grow their business effectively and generate more high quality pest control leads on autopilot, exclusive to their local service area. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, check out the link in the description below and apply to become one of our partners around the country. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new videos we put out. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.